I started being a chocolate maker at the age of, in my head, at the age of 12.
Yeah.
When my mother had a restaurant and I would make little chocolate. Actually, clusters like these are my first chocolate. My mother had a restaurant and one day I took a bag of nuts and so I went to the supermarket, bought a big bar of Nestle chocolate, the old kind, and I made my first chocolate clusters, and since that day I saw the sparkle, and never looked back. Never looked back. I came to Canada about 12 years ago. Got married to a beautiful Portuguese princess, and have a beautiful daughter now. And our first store opened in 2003 in London, and our second store opened in 2008. And we went to Dragon's Den, the reality show,
I saw that, yeah.
in 2006. And we had an opportunity to come into Hamilton.
Now, it's such a great thing, because especially with the economy that we're going through right now. So is chocolate good through any sort of economic time?
Yeah, I think that now the economy, and unfortunately now there's a lot of people that are having a hard time. We still manage to succeed in any chocolatier because really chocolate is an affordable luxury, I think, and we try to keep our prices, even though we're a very high quality. You couldn't go to Europe now and buy any higher quality. We buy top of the line. We have it shipped in blocks from Europe, and we go pick it up in Toronto, and this is what we use, right? And local, we use the local dairy and all that. We support the organic community and all that. We're not all organic, but we support them.
So it's similar to wines and things for Canada sort of coming of its own, where you start making wine and it now can compete on an international level. Is that the same? You're hoping for chocolate in the sense the quality?
Well, we're definitely hoping to build a nucleus of and people knowing us, a nucleus of followers and customers for. That's always the goal, right? To have people happy and enjoying our products and being famous for the craft and the quality and building a name for that. About wine, yeah, it is. I think it's the same idea. Is if you might not go on vacation this year, you might not buy a new car because of times are hard. But you always have $5 or $10 or $300 to have some chocolate, and the wine is the same thing. Yeah, it's just makes you feel good kind of product, and when you taste it, you see the difference,
yeah.
Right? And it makes you feel good.
I do feel happier. I'm actually giving a nicer interview than I would have before.
That's why I said chocolate forced her to eat it.
Now that it's wearing off, why did you pick Hamilton?
I have actually a plan of expansion, and we want to evolve and go up to Toronto and then Ottawa, and we are going little by little. So about 120 kilometers that separates us from London. It's a new market. It's a town that we believe in, even though now, economic times, we believe that we like to be the pioneers. When everybody's saying forget about that town, we say, oh yeah, we're going to go there and prove you wrong.
And what the Lock Street especially?
This is thanks to a friend of ours, Jason Hales. He's an opera singer, and he lives in Hamilton. And he was always interested in our business, and he found this store for us. He found it in June, I think it was June 12th. He sent me the email. July 1st, I met the landlords and signed the lease. Well, sorry, it was beginning of June. June 12th, we met with the landlords. July 1st, we signed the lease. August 1st, we're done the renovations. And then the end of next week, perhaps September 1st, we'll be opening the doors.
Wow, that was a quick work because this place looks amazing. A lot of work to be done.
Yeah,
we're not only just talking, we're renovated. We know how to swing a hammer.
There you go. You should have done a cable show. You could have gotten everything, the food and the redecorating and everything.
Yeah,
so, do you want to get closer to when he starts?
Yeah, I'm zooming in.
Yeah.
So
the fun part.
what we're doing now is, my chocolate is at the right temperature, right? I'm going to be putting a liter of chocolate milk in it, And what we're gonna do is we're gonna marry the two molds, and we're gonna make the shape of a little squirrel.
What's the most unusual thing that someone has asked you to shape, someone's asked you to make? Can we say it? Okay. Stag party?
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
And they've been happy with the product, right? And he's moving it around and adding
Oh, wait. It's my second brain.
There you go. Now, if someone comes in with an idea, can you create whatever they want?
Absolutely. We had, 3 weeks ago at the market, a gentleman that came in, he was probably about 22, 23 years old, and he wanted to propose. And he bought her, she is into antiques, he bought her a 125-year-old ring, and he brought the ring to us and said, money's not an object, and could you please help us? And say, well, no, I can't really tell you, money's not an object. Just give me a budget, right? He said, well, is $20 okay? And it was a young guy, right? So I'm gonna say, what am I gonna say? No, it's not enough. You gotta pay me more. And so I took it as I wanted to help him out. So we made a dome, a chocolate dome. And I went to the restaurant where he was going to, have dinner with her. And at the market downtown, we have restaurants around the store and all that. So I went to the restaurant, got a plate that they usually serve the desserts on, and I put the ring inside the little box, and then a dome on top, and I decorated the whole plate with strawberries and chocolates and cherries, and it looked like a mousse dessert when it was done. And they served that, and she took her fork, because she told me after, took her fork and broke the shell and looked inside and started crying because she saw the ring. And so it was nice. It's nice to be part of this kind of feeling, right?
So if you're looking for sort of a unique gift, that might be an idea to come and talk to you guys. And
Oh,
say,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're very personable, and we take the chocolate business as a way to make people happy. We like that. And obviously money, everybody's in business to make money. But when you approach us, when you come to see us, we don't look at you as a wallet. We look at you as someone that we have a challenge to make them happy. It might sound cheesy, but we like that. We like to be able to say chocolate really is, remember what it was back then when you go with grandpa into the chocolate store and you buy those little candies and the caramels and your eyes open big, and this is what we're trying to bring back to the chocolate industry.
Speaking of that, I said earlier, I'm not really a chocolate fan per se. I don't buy chocolate
Get out of
bars.
here.
No, I mean, I don't buy chocolate bars or things, but I do enjoy what I had there. What is the difference between sort of the chocolate bar that you can get at the store and what you can get here? There's a different sort of, and what causes that?
The quality of it, the choice of the ingredients that the company that made this chocolate picks, the cocoa beans. There's a lot of companies that make inferior quality chocolate because it's mass produced, and they have to, I don't want to say names, but they have to minimize the investment on the product. I would think that the biggest advantage that we have is the quality, the cocoa beans, how long the chocolate is conched, and what the process that the chocolate is made in Europe, how long it takes to do, how old the company is, the values of making chocolate not mass produced, and the other advantage we have is that we make a small batch at a time, right? We have big aspirations for the business, but mostly will always be made on site. So we'll always have 1 or 2 chocolate makers that we train personally, and Roger and I will do the training for the chocolate makers, and we do everything on site. And I think that, it's
So
like...
people can actually see it being
that's one of the best at our Remark location. We have a same ideal here with granite marble countertops, and when we do pecan caramel clusters, so you picture this, a big counter full of pecans, and then Mark, we melt down our caramel and we pour the caramel on top of the pecan, and it's just a sight for itself. And then we'll get customers coming up, mixing, kids just peeking over the ledge and everything.